Everyone always asks me how to find leads through LinkedIn without using Premium, without using Sales Navigator. This is how we do it. As simple as possible. This is our pro tip. This is like one of our trade secrets, because it's one of the ways to, rather than going door to door, rather than only being able to go to 10 doors a day, you can do 50 different business connections a day, all from sitting behind your computer as those warm touch points before you go in the door, before you make the calls. So let's say, give me an example of a business and tell me what you have to sell. Anything. Give me an example of something that you need to sell to somebody. Anything.
A company?
Yeah, so give me a product that you imagine that you might have to go sell to a company. Anything you can think of.
It could be anything, like, let's say iPhone.
iPhone, okay. So we're going to go sell iPhones to companies for themselves. So who's going, you always, whenever you're thinking of how you're going to generate those leads through LinkedIn, you have to think about who's going to buy that. So for small businesses, if you're going to go out and try to sell, you're going to sell to the president to buy iPhones and iPhone plans for the entire company, because it makes sense. If you are a large company, then the person that's going to be buying those phones and those plans is probably in the IT department, or someone that's going to be the decision maker there. So what I would do if I had to go door to door to sell iPhones and iPhone plans is, the first thing I would do is I'd go to Google Maps. And when you open up Google Maps, you see a huge spectrum of your city, and you quadrant it off. So you make little boxes of where you're going to do day by day, and then day by day behind your computer, you start to create connections in each of those boxes. So let's say I'm going to go to the south side of the city, and I zoom in on an area like this here. As you zoom in on Google Maps, more businesses show up. So let's say I'm going to sell iPhones to small businesses right now. I see this here, I see this one here, this Phoenix Gymnastics Center. If I click on Phoenix Gymnastics Center, I get information about them. Then I go to LinkedIn and I put in Phoenix Gymnastics Center. And voila, we find the Phoenix Gymnastics Center Executive Director. Smaller company, probably the person that would be making the purchase decision for buying iPhones for the employees of that location. Now, that works anywhere. When you quadrant off Google Maps, you're able to now go door to door from behind your computer, rather than actually having to go out. Then you're able to find who the decision maker is through LinkedIn, connect with them as a warm touch point before you make the cold call. So now it's no longer a cold call. Now it's a warm call. And you did that all with the power of LinkedIn to generate your sales leads through the business. It is the number one thing. I think people still don't maximize Google Maps and LinkedIn together. When you put them side by side, it's a really powerful tool that allows you to do pretty much anything for any business. Now, if LinkedIn ever watches this video, all they got to do is realize they have to add the door-to-door Google Maps feature or Bing Maps feature into LinkedIn, so that it's corresponding with where the location is to where your location is, to connecting you with the right people. So add the maps in so you can quadrant it out.
Door-to-door marketing through LinkedIn.
Yes. Okay. It's door to door, but it's not even door to door, because you're not going door to door. You're creating those connections by being social virtually. See, and right now you have to manually, the reason I say that is right now you have to manually track which areas you look at in Google Maps and then the corresponding business leaders that you find on LinkedIn. Now, if LinkedIn implemented a feature like that, they would automatically quadrant those maps for you, show where those people are located and where they do business, right away show them to you, and then that's a feature through LinkedIn Premium that people would get excited about. Sales Navigator already exists, but it's just one little feature that would help you visualize how you're approaching your BD. So that works across the board. If I try to do it again, so let's go here, Melange Salon and Spa. Now again, you're probably not going to be selling iPhones to Melange Salon and Spa. However, let's say you had to sell, if you were in the beauty industry and you were trying to get your shampoos in more spas. Melange Salon and Spa, right? There's the owner. So now I know the decision maker. Now I know that if I'm walking through the door at that location,
Yeah.
I can go and talk to Angie and have a conversation.
Awesome.
Simple as that. Now, this isn't complicated stuff, but this is stuff that people don't do.
Don't do.
It's very, very, but combining those tools together is powerful for BD. You don't have to be in one location to reach out to those clients. You can do it with a combination of LinkedIn and Google side by side anywhere in the world. And at least when you make that call, it's not a cold call, because cold calls are selling, they're spam, people don't like getting interrupted in the middle of their day. Doing this doesn't create an interruption. You're creating a connection and a relationship with somebody before you call. Number one secret on LinkedIn. Combine it with Google Maps and you have a powerful, powerful BD tool, even without Sales Navigator, even without LinkedIn Premium. And I know I'm in the middle of a training, but that's the end of a YouTube video.